Hey everyone, Razviel Ramos here again. I want to do another video, another vlog. This time I want to talk about something that a lot of people don't know. Yes, King Kong is in the public domain. How do I know this? Because two reasons. Number one, Universal, a long time ago, was being sued by RKO and Dino De Laurentiis and the family of the Cooper estate. I'm going to refer to him as the Cooper estate, for claiming that Universal is pretty much piggybacking off the name King Kong. Then the lawyers for Universal found out that King Kong is in the public domain. That means the book is in the public domain. That means the character is in the public domain. And the courts agreed that Universal did not own King Kong. Many years later, when Nintendo was being sued by Universal due to the fact that King Kong looked too much like King Kong, and even the name sounded the same. I don't know how the hell that even possible. That Universal claimed that King Kong was theirs, that was owned by Universal. Well, Nintendo's lawyers discovered one thing. Universal never owned King Kong. They never did. King Kong was never a property of Universal. Yeah, they had him in the theme parks, but that was it. Saying that King Kong is owned by Universal is like saying that Cinderella is owned by Disney. Disney doesn't own Cinderella. They only own a variation of Cinderella, the one they created. And the only King Kong that Universal owns is the Peter Jackson King Kong, and the distribution rights for King Kong Escapes and King Kong vs. Godzilla. So this leads me up to the question is, why is it that Toho can never do another King Kong movie if King Kong is in the public domain? Universal doesn't own him. And if you don't believe me, watch the OmniViewer or Gaming Historian's video on the very issue. So why doesn't Toho do another King Kong movie? He's in the public domain. They don't have to worry about legal repercussions or anything. And Nintendo won the case, saying that Universal doesn't own him, and the copyright and the whole what do you call that? Public domain status applies to them too. I could bring up another public domain thing that Japan did, Castlevania. The main villain in the Castlevania games is, again, Dracula. He's in the public domain. That means that King Kong could be part of Toho Universe. They could have done a King Kong reboot without the repercussions of Universal, because they wanted to do a King Kong reboot in the early 90s. A King Kong vs. Godzilla reboot. And when they went to Universal, they only took, again, another conclusion to this is that A, Toho never knew that King Kong was in the public domain, or two, Universal lied to them. Because if Toho would have done their research, they would have known King Kong's in the public domain, they could have used them. And Universal wouldn't have gone after him. That explains why in 2017 we had Kong Skull Island by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers did Kong Skull Island. Universal has nothing to do with that film. It originally was supposed to be in Universal, but it went to Warner Brothers because of Legendary, who wanted to do a King Kong reboot. I mean, Godzilla vs. Kong, and wanted to put him in the MonsterVerse. By the way, don't kill King Kong. Don't kill him off. Don't do that. Anyway, so all I'm saying is King Kong is in the public domain. He is in the public domain. Do your research. Look it up. The case between Nintendo and Universal, which is oddly because now Nintendo and Universal are tight again, and all that crap. But going back to what I said, I could see Toho doing another King Kong movie, like nearby, like in the near future. Like they could call their King Kong movie King Kong Returns, and it could be a continuation of King Kong vs. Godzilla. And you could put King Kong in all the Godzilla movies. And I mean, you could even have like Toho could literally just put King Kong in their video games, in the video games, the Godzilla fighting games. Hell, they could have easily put King Kong in Godzilla in Hell. That he could have fought Godzilla could have fought a satanic version of King Kong, Satan Kong. But that's all I gotta say for now. Peace.